Today, I'm sharing 12 things that you need to do before you close on your home. Packing away your entire life and moving it from one location to another only to immediately unpack and organize it all is enough to overwhelm anyone. Critical steps are often missed in the chaos of it all. So I'm gonna simplify the process by sharing tips that'll save you time, money, and loads of stress, ensuring your home buying journey goes much smoother. Before I get rolling, remember to watch to the end where I'll share some critical tips for after you move into your home. Closing on a home is a significant financial and legal transaction, and there's a lot to do in a short amount of time. There are several crucial steps, both personal and legal, that you must take before the closing date to ensure a smooth and successful transaction. Time is of the essence, so you'll want to get the ball rolling right away. Starting with, number 1, the final loan approval. You've likely already been pre-approved with a trusted lender. If you're happy with the quote, then send them a copy of the contract with all the addendums as soon as possible. If you're satisfied with the terms that the lender is offering, let them know so they can start the final paperwork. If you want to get a competitor's quote, you'll need to act fast. If you think the rates are going to climb, you can also lock the rate once you've come to a final decision with the lender. Number 2, put all the important dates in your calendar. The 2 most important dates are the due diligence deadline and the financing and appraisal deadline. Not the closing day, though that's an important date too. But should you discover something unacceptable about the home or the surrounding area, as long as you cancel the contract before the due diligence deadline, your earnest money will be returned to you in full. The financing and appraisal deadline also protects your earnest money if the lender is unable to get you a final approval or if the house doesn't appraise at or above the agreed upon price. Number 3, order a home inspection. Hire an inspector to examine the house as soon as possible so you can move on should they find something that you just can't live with. Remember that the home has been lived in and it's common for the inspector to find several minor issues. As a buyer's agent, I see this as an opportunity to renegotiate. You can approach this inspection a few different ways. Option number 1, ask the seller to repair the items on the list that concern you the most. Don't ask the seller to fix everything. They will likely get upset, making them less likely to negotiate. Your realtor can help you determine a normal or acceptable number of issues to be repaired. Option number 2, ask the seller to reduce the price of the home. Sellers generally prefer this option even if the requested amount is a little higher than the cost of the repairs. Option number 3, ask for nothing. If the inspection comes back clean, it's your call. Or option number 4, cancel if there's too many issues or something you just can't live with. Let the seller know on legal documents that you're canceling the contract, and let them know that you expect a full refund of your earnest money. You can also pay to have the house inspected for meth, radon, or anything else that might concern you. Now that you've got the ball rolling on the most critical items for the new home, it's time to focus on your current property. Number 4, de-junk. Don't make the mistake of tossing everything into boxes with the intentions of organizing or throwing things out after the move. I know you're busy and inundated with things of higher importance, but skipping this step will add loads of unnecessary stress. Why would you want to waste time packing, moving, and then unpacking junk that you're never going to use? You could easily end up with several extra boxes. This will waste precious time before, during, and after the move, and it could also cost you extra money. A new home is a chance to start fresh and uncluttered. Unopened boxes and miscellaneous items can take up precious space. I know people that have so much junk that they can't even get one car in the garage. Yes, it can be difficult to part with things, but it'll give you peace of mind and allow you to fully enjoy all the space in your new home. Plus, you can put some extra cash in your pocket by selling things. And remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So don't just throw things out. You can help those in need by passing along your old or unused things. You can take a load to a donation center or take a few pictures and list the items online. Who knows, that could save you a run to the dump. Number 5, take pictures. Photograph anything of value before you start packing, especially if you're using a professional moving company. These businesses will repair or replace items that get lost or break if you can prove it. And there's a good chance that something's gonna get damaged while moving from point A to point B. Moving company or not, photos can still be useful. If something significant goes missing or gets damaged, your insurance company may replace it. When taking photos, use your smartphone. They not only take high quality pictures, but they also timestamp them. If you're worried or moving things of great value, you may consider additional insurance. Number 6, start packing. Boxes can be expensive, so before you spend a small fortune on cardboard, think outside the box. Ask neighbors, friends, and family if you know anyone who recently moved that might be willing to give you their boxes. Or stop by a local business or retailers and ask for boxes. You can also use garbage bags, suitcases, laundry baskets, and etc. Now, I hope you're really paying attention to this next tip. Purchase one of those fat Sharpies and label all your boxes. Then in the new home, place a note above each doorway to specify where each box will be delivered when the movers arrive. You can give each box and location a matching number, or designate them with the actual space like master bedroom, office, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and etc. Then assign someone to direct the movers or whoever where to put the boxes, beds, dressers, and etc. For heavy items, you want to specify exactly where each item should be placed so you don't have to break your back trying to move it on your own later. You may also want to let friends, family, and neighbors know that you're moving. Give them a date and time, letting them know that you could really use some help. You may want to ask a few days in advance and then again the night before. Maybe throw it out there that you'll have some free pizza. Food is a great motivator, but it's also an inexpensive way to show your gratitude for those who took time out of their busy lives to help you. Don't forget to pack one special box of essentials to help you survive the first 24 hours. This might include toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, makeup, pajamas, a change of clothes, and etc. Number 7, organize and secure important documents. If you haven't already, you may want to purchase a small safe. Certain documents like social security cards, birth certificates, medical and insurance information, and etc. should be locked away and protected from theft, fire, or whatever. However you decide to store these documents, make sure that they're kept in a secure location during the move. Number 8, set up utilities, internet, and etc. Reach out to the different providers in the new location a few days before closing and let them know your move-in date. These businesses are often scheduled out a few days in advance, so you want to give them plenty of heads up. Start by calling the city, as they often provide many of the services, and they can share the names of the other providers in the area. Or you just Google it. You want to call on the water, electricity, gas, garbage, and recycling. Also, you want to schedule your cable and internet weeks before your move-in date, especially if you work from home. Forget, and you might find yourself using the free Wi-Fi at McDonald's to get some work done, or driving to a restaurant to watch the big game. Remember, your current provider might be able to transfer your services to that new property. And don't forget to schedule a day to have all the utilities turned off at the location you're leaving behind. Finally, if your new place has a homeowners association, aka an HOA, you want to make sure that you have the contact information and a copy of the rules and regulations. Be sure you understand the guidelines before you make the move. By the way, if you find this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up so others know that this video is helpful. For the most accurate and up-to-date real estate news and information, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. I appreciate your support more than you know, and it allows me to continue making videos like this to help awesome people just like you. Thanks. Okay, moving on. Number 9, update your address. Reach out to the companies who send bills, subscriptions, prescriptions, or whatever to your home. You can also reach out to the post office and have them forward your mail. Carefully consider the companies that send you things on a regular basis, like credit cards, banks, insurance companies, Amazon, and etc. The list can be long and it can be time consuming, but you don't want your deliveries going to the wrong address or personal information in the wrong hands. Number 10, schedule some time off. Moving is stressful. Adding 2 to 3 days to the weekend should give you plenty of time to organize and settle in. Not to mention, you probably want to be home for the deliveries or services that you've ordered. Companies usually provide a 4 to 6 hour window for deliveries, and they won't wait around if you're not home. Large and often expensive items might be left on your porch or driveway, tasking you with the responsibility to move and install these heavy items on your own. Those who aren't used to carrying these heavy and bulky items often damage the home. This might be gouges in the walls, scratches on the floors, ripped carpet, and etc. Then you might have to install these items on your own. It can be time consuming and frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. Or you may find yourself waiting several days or paying more for a redelivery. And even though my beautiful wife is more than capable, I am not comfortable leaving her in the house with strangers. I would never forgive myself if something bad happened. Yes, it's hard to take time off, but moving into a new home should be magical. For you and that special someone, this is a great opportunity to spend some time together. If you have kids, you might want to see if a friend or a family member can watch them for a few hours or even a few days while you organize and put things together. Number 11, schedule services. If you're moving into an existing house, you may want the home professionally cleaned before you move in. I highly recommend it because some people are just dirty. And it's highly likely that the previous homeowners did not clean the house to your standards. And if they had pets, you might want to get the carpets professionally cleaned. And if the carpet's old, you might want to consider replacing it. I wouldn't want my baby crawling around on carpet where a dog may have peed, among other things. If you're thinking about remodeling or making some repairs, you may want to schedule the workers to arrive the day after closing and delay moving your stuff to the new home for a few more days. It's much easier to do these projects in an empty house. Number 12, schedule a final walkthrough. You'll want to complete a final walkthrough of the property, preferably the day before closing, to ensure it's being delivered to your expectations. This also allows you to confirm that any of the negotiated repairs have been completed. I've seen situations where the sellers removed items that should have been left behind, and I've seen the sellers leave the home in shambles. Okay, here's a bonus item for you. We'll call it number 13, get to know the area. You may want to research the local businesses and public services. This can be anything from the nearest grocery store to schools, hospitals, or restaurants, among other things. Because the best doctors, pediatricians, hairdressers, and etc. are often scheduled out weeks in advance, you might want to make some appointments. Find out if there's a neighborhood Facebook page and ask your future neighbors who they'd recommend for any services or professionals that you're considering. Not only will they give you good, honest answers, but you can also start building relationships with the people that you'll soon be calling your neighbors and hopefully your friends. By completing these tasks before your closing date, you'll be better prepared to make one of the most significant financial investments of your life. And the transition to your new home should be fairly seamless. Congratulations! Now, as promised, there's some critical things that you need to do after moving into your new home. These are things that should be done on day one. First, make sure you have at least 4 keys for your home. Second, set up a lockout plan in case the keys are misplaced. You may also want to change out the locks or have the doors rekeyed. You don't know who could have access to your home. Third, change the front door and garage keypad code if the home has this technology. Fourth, decide what type of security you want the home to have. This can be as simple as a Ring doorbell to adding a fully monitored security system with cameras. For a complete list, you'll want to watch what to do after closing on your new home. Look for the link to that video below. I have loads of videos to help answer all your real estate related questions. For those of you who haven't purchased a home yet, you'll want to watch, is it a good time to buy a house or not? If you want to build a house, I highly recommend you watch the most important questions to ask when building a home. And if you're not sure if you want an old home or a new home, watch, is it better to buy existing or to build a house? Look for the links to all my recommended videos below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. If you have a friend or a family member who's preparing to move into a new home, you can easily text this video to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.